One Zambia, One Nation. Welcome to ZANIS News. I'm Alice Banda to be with you. Let's take a look at the stories making headline. President Hakainde Hichilema launches construction of Chief Chimese's palace. President Hakainde Hichilema cautions against maize smuggling. Namibian First Lady opens Africa Center for Disease Control Youth Conference. Plus, a government to install wide area networks in 7 sites in Mchinga province. And now the news in detail. President Hakainde Hichilema has officiated at the groundbreaking ceremony for the construction of Chief Chimese's palace in Mansa district, Luapula province. The groundbreaking ceremony of the palace marks the beginning of the construction of 110 palaces across the country. President Hichilema, who first called on the chief, assured him of government's commitment to providing decent accommodation to all traditional leaders across the country. Jens Malumba has more in this report.
President Hakainde Hichilema has commissioned the groundbreaking ceremony of the 110 chief palaces across the country. The groundbreaking ceremony was held at Chief Chimese's Palace in Mansa district of Luapula province. The Zambia Correctional Service, ZANIS, are the contractors of the palaces, whose expected completion period of each palace is 6 months after the commencement of the works. President Hichilema assured the chiefs of government's commitment to provide decent accommodation to the chiefs in the country.
Making the conditions of the chiefs better. A palace here, I can see it's being marked here. I'm told this is the one. In addition to the chief's palace, Chief Chimese, you will have 2 houses for retainers around. You will have a meeting room, your office around here. There will be an office for Chief Chimese, so that he can work properly in the office to administer. Fiawe antanshi. This is the true meaning of one Zambia, one nation. One nation, one people. Tuli muntu unga. Mukwai, this palace for Chief Chimese and the retainers' houses and the water here and the electricity here, either direct grid or solar. There will be showers here. Bamukamfumu, noti tibaleya kukamana. Tapamesh, apapene, wino, katapfe. That's a development. But this is going to happen in every palace in this country. Kwabulaka patulula, everywhere.
Local Government and Rural Development Minister Garin Kombo gives an insight of the construction of the palaces in the country.
We are doing a total of 110 palaces in 107 constituencies. These being 10 in the Western Province, 13 in the Northern Province, 11 in the Northwestern Province, 8 in Mchinga Province, 19 in Southern Province, 3 on the Copper Belt, 3 in Lusaka, 14 in Luapula, where we are here today this afternoon, and 13 in Central and 16 in Eastern Province.
The Zambia Correctional Service, ZANIS, has assured the President of good workmanship.
That we shall ensure we live up to what is expected of us in this project, and also position ourselves for any future such engagements. My command, sir, stands ready to respond to our assignments aimed at uplifting the general welfare of our citizens, traditional leaders inclusive, subsequently contributing to the development of our great nation.
The commissioning of the palace has excited Chief Chisunka of the Ushi-speaking people, as well as the local leadership here.
Today's ceremony is a source of great joy for all of us. The construction of chiefs' palaces reflects the government's dedication to improving the living condition and working environments of our Royal Highnesses.
Earlier, President Hichilema paid a courtesy call on Chief Chimese, who took advantage of the president's presence to highlight some of the challenges his chiefdom is faced with. Some cabinet ministers assured the chief of addressing the challenges. Jane Simalumba ZANIS in Mansa, Luapula Province.
Still in Luapula Province, President Hakainde Hichilema has encouraged the church to continue praying for the nation. The president says it is important that the church continues praying for the country, adding that it is only through God that the nation can develop. Earlier on the Copper Belt, President Hichilema appealed to all Zambians to ensure that smuggling of maize is halted to promote decent trading. The president said citizens should take advantage of the huge market in the Democratic Republic of Congo by promoting legal trade. Tovin Ngombe filed in this report.
Smuggling of the country's staple food has continued to be a problem on the Copper Belt province, as some people have continued to take advantage of the huge market in the Democratic Republic of Congo to engage in this illicit activity. However, President Hakainde Hichilema, who was on the Copper Belt today, urged all the people to be alert and report the smugglers of maize.
But also we want to appeal to all the citizens. Smuggling, when you see people smuggling your meal here, it means we are feeding neighbors. We want to feed neighbors by them buying from us officially, not through smuggling. So every citizen, every resident must be the policeman, the policewoman, to make sure that illegal trade is not promoted. Yes, Congo is a market, but in a proper way, not illegal. Gamashitobunga Pari 229 from ZANIS. You go and put it in a warehouse, you go and sell there. It means we are basically selling the price here which is lower, meant for you, the Zambians. You are giving it to the Congolese. Let the Congolese buy from here at the right price. I think that's the way we should do it.
Chirahombe District Commissioner Precious Njekwa says security officers are on high alert to ensure the vice is stopped in the border areas.
The smugglers, I'll call them smugglers, because what they do is not right. So the message to them actually, they just have to stop, because government, we are not sleeping. We'll be very much aware, because when we let them, they'll take our food away from the country. Meantime, we are saying that we have only enough stocks for the country, not to do smuggling. So we will be very much alert, and they just have to stop it. Let them do the correct thing. If they want to do in the mill, let them get through Ministry of Agriculture, get the papers, the necessary papers needed for them to transport mill from point A to point B.
Smuggling robs the country of the foreign exchange, and the president's appeal to people involved in this act to stop this illegal trade is welcome. Tovini Ngombe, ZANIS, Ndola.
Still on the Copper Belt, President Hakainde Hichilema has assured Zambians that all the mines in the province will soon resume operations. Speaking in Ndola this morning, President Hichilema said government will soon announce the revamping of Mopani mine in Kitwe, as well as Shaft 28 in Luansha, which has been non-operational for some time. Details in the following report.
Copper Belt Province, which is known for production of copper, has for some years witnessed stagnation in the production of the mineral, which is the engine of the country's economy. However, hope is returning to this mining giant province, as President Hakainde Hichilema has assured the people on the Copper Belt that the key strategic mines, such as Mopani in Kitwe, will soon be announced to resume operations, and Shaft 28 in Russia. Plans are already underway to kickstart the operations.
We signed now just the processes to make sure that we close the various bits and pieces. Shaft 28, I think I'm sure you're aware they'll start dewatering very soon. There's a commitment there. Shaft 28 has been closed for how many years? Many years. So that will bring life back to Luansha.
and obviously Mopani, which you should be getting an announcement soon. The Minister of Mines is with me here, that you'll get an announcement soon. And that would mean that two key major assets that were hanging around will now be released. But remember, these are complications that we inherited, and our job has been to unlock those complications we inherited. We found them messed up, but it's our duty to clean them up. And I think we're doing our best to do that. And the people of the Copper Belt soon really will have all the key mines operating.
The president notes that government has put in more money in exploration to determine the correct areas where mineral deposits are found.
But also not just that. I'm sure you are aware of the Mingomba project, where Cobalt is working with us, a hive-off from Lubambe mine, and getting that the works exploration is going on very well. Also, the country, your U.S. citizen, they put more money on the exploration now. This 2024 budget will put more money, your money, to explore more minerals so we can be definitive what is sitting where, because we've been sitting on a non-explored resource for a long time, since independence, 59 years. So these are the efforts that we're making.
Copper Belt Minister Elisha Matambo is happy with the president's assurance of revamping the mines.
Contractors will start supplying. As a reaction, contractors and suppliers, they also employ. So instead of losing employment, which we experienced in the mining industry in the previous regime, this president wants to create employment. So the opening of Vendata is going to bring more jobs. Unlocking of Mpane means more jobs. 28 shaft, more jobs. Chambesh Motors, more jobs. Meaning automatically the circulation of money on the Copper Belt province will improve. The economy of the province will improve. So we are going back to the way Copper Belt used to be.
Rancha District Commissioner is also cheered with the announcement of plans to resume Shaft 28.
Considering that the town has technically, you can say, 4 big employers, only 4. So with the coming on of 28 shaft, it's not happening today or tomorrow, it will take some time. But the fact that there is this assurance that jobs are coming, the town is excited and a lot of people are looking forward to getting jobs.
The revamping of operations of the key mines on the Copper Belt will surely bring back life to this once vibrant province and contribute more to the national treasury. Tovini Ngombe, ZANIS, Ndola.
Vice President Mtalena Lumango has called on the Manufacturers Association of Zambia, ZAM, to provide space for the growth of micro, small and medium enterprises. Mrs. Lumango has noted that the government is looking towards promoting the growth of micro, small and medium enterprises so that they too have the same opportunities as large enterprises. She was speaking at the 2023 Quality Awards and Manufacturers Gala, which was hosted by the Zambia Association of Manufacturers in collaboration with the Zambia Bureau of Standards, USAID Africa Trade and Investment Program, and the Zambia Agribusiness and Trade Project. The Vice President described the event as a platform for local producers, manufacturers, and service providers to align their operations in accordance with national, regional, and international quality requirements and standards. Mrs. Nalumango urged manufacturers to ensure their products are certified for purposes of production of quality goods and services. Minister of Commerce, Trade and Industry Chipoka Mulenga stated that Zambia has not just become one of the biggest producers of goods, but also an exporter across the region. Mr. Mulenga disclosed that the country recently launched the export of fertilizer to Tanzania, Botswana, and soon to Zimbabwe.
First prize in the Exporter of the Year Large Enterprise goes to Big Tree Beverages.
The government has identified the manufacturing sector as one of the priority sectors to drive our economy, our economic development and transformation agenda. It is for this reason that my office will always keep its doors open to ensure that together we grow the manufacturing sector. Ladies and gentlemen, I am delighted to note that the theme for the inaugural Manufacturers Month is catalyzing value chains for sustainable growth, leaving no one behind, fitting right into the 8th National Development Plan. The subject of value chains and leaving no one behind revolves around inclusivity, which in this context means ensuring that micro, small, and medium enterprises have equal opportunities as would the large enterprises.
As we took over the reins of leadership as a Vice President, we kept engaging our colleagues and emphasizing on value addition on every raw material that we have. And we have seen this growing from strength to strength. Through their ingenuity, commitment, and leadership, today, the Vice President, Zambia has become fertilizer secure. We are producing our very own.
Leave no one behind. We mean it. We mean that we want to grow Zambia together, grow the economy together, and in that we recognize people tonight together. The Zambia Association of Manufacturers also is the proud flag bearer of the Proudly Zambian campaign.
Trade between Zambia and the United States has historically played a significant role in both economies, and in recent years has been boosted by AGOA, which supports African countries like Zambia to tap into the U.S. market and diversify trade.
In health news, the Africa Center for Disease Control CDC Youth Press Conference 2023 has commenced in Chongwe district of Lusaka province. Namibian First Lady and President for the Organization for First Ladies in Africa, Monica Geingos, graced the event, which has attracted over 200 young people from across Africa. Zambia's First Lady Mutinta Hijilema was also in attendance. Mijelo Mwemba brought us this report.
Over 200 youths from across Africa have gathered for a two-day Africa Center for Disease Control and Prevention CDC 2023 Youth Conference in Chongwe District in Lusaka Province to deliberate on the critical public health issues that affect young people on the continent. Namibian First Lady Monica Geingos, who is also president of the Organization for African First Ladies, opens the conference alongside Zambia's First Lady Mutinta Hijilema.
There is really no place that I'd rather be than in this room today with all of you. CPHI is Africa taking its destiny into its own hands, and the pre-youth conference is how we ensure that the ideas and the energy of young people are integrated into this consequential initiative. As young people interested in public health, your motives are clear. It's for public health. Public health is political. And to change people's lives, again, you do not need to be a politician, but you must be political savvy. This is why it's essential that you are here.
Mrs. Hijilema urged the youths to take advantage of the conference and make decisions that will impact and shape their destinies.
It is encouraging to see that we have in this room more than 250 youths determined to change their lives. Congratulations to you all.
Africa CDC Director General Jean Kaseya commended Zambia's First Lady Mutinta Hijilema and the Zambian government for fostering community development programs targeting young people in Zambia.
Let me first extend my recognition to our First Lady from Zambia, Madam Mutinta Hijilema, her commitment to humanitarian causes and her active engagement in community development programs across Zambia is commendable. Madam Mutinta Ichilema dedicated her life to uplift the lives of our fellow citizens, and she is fighting as ambassador of the Merz Foundation More Than a Mother to show that the vital role of women is beyond the motherhood. She is a person advocating every day for religious tolerance and interfaith harmony in Zambia and in Africa.
The Africa CDC Youth Pre-Conference 2023 is being held under the theme Youth Leadership for a Safer and Healthier Africa. Mijelo Mwemba reporting for ZANIS in Chongwe District, Lusaka Province.
Still on health news, delegates attending a two-day pre-Kigali high-level conference, which has attracted key stakeholders in the health sector from across Africa, have called for enhanced financing in public health by the private sector. African Union Development Agency New Partnership for Africa Development AUDA NEPAD Director for Human Capital and Institutional Development, Gray Johnson, has observed that public health financing by the private sector is low in Africa. Details in the following report by Lakson Makoza.
The pre-Kigali high-level conference meeting has closed in Lusaka with a call to the private sector to supplement the donor community in financing the health sector. The stance taken by African countries to call for increased public health financing has elated UNAIDS Zambia country director.
Are funded on health by donors. And I think this resolution, declaration from AU to say let's take the leadership to make sure that the health financing and HIV sustainability is taken at a political level. And I think the conversation now bringing the civil society, bringing the private sector who are really on the ground to support the government and prepare better what we'll be discussing in Kigali.
Meanwhile, the African Union Development Agency and New Partnership for Africa Development has pledged to push the private-public financing agenda to the African Union.
Most of the private sector in Africa are not participating to the levels that we want them to participate in the health sector because of certain perceptions that mostly coming from the public side that health may not be seen as an investable sector. So that's one side. Then the other side is this perception that health should be free as a public good. And of course, from the private side, if it's a free and a public good, they may not really see the need to explore the opportunities that there are. And we have heard yesterday and today.
The just-ended pre-Kigali high-level conference meeting is a precursor of the main conference to be held in Rwanda next year in February 2024. For ZANIS, I'm Lakson Makoza.
In Eastern Province, the Zambia Revenue Authority ZRA Commissioner General Dingani Banda says the institution has made strides in promoting mental health through addition of psychosocial support on the authority's medical scheme. Mr. Dingani said this in a speech delivered on his behalf by ZRA Acting Assistant Director under Employee Relations, Davis Nkumbwa, when he graced the Provincial Sports Day in Chipata. More in the following report.
Investing in the health of staff is key to enhanced productivity. This is why the Zambia Revenue Authority ZRA has been implementing a wellness policy that has translated into the hosting of the annual Sports Day. In Eastern Province, the activity-filled event gathered staff who were encouraged to utilize available services to promote mental health.
In order to complement the wellness agenda, mental health is also key, and it is for this reason that more health facilities to support in the area of psychosocial support have been added on the ZANIS medical scheme, which services could be accessed online, physical, or by phone. Besides preventive measures through fitness activities, as we have witnessed, the authority shall continue to support those of our colleagues who may be affected in any way by non-communicable diseases.
The staff were also addressed by Eastern Province Acting Assistant Commissioner Chiwama Malama.
We are very much aware that without exercise, without interactions of this much, we cannot be better individuals, and we cannot contribute to productivity.
The 2023 ZRA Sports Day was held under the theme Enhancing Productivity Through Wellness.
That our job is busy and is stressful, so we are taking time to also work our bodies so that we are well. And that's why when you look at our theme is saying enhancing productivity through wellness.
Innovation cannot be achieved if the team members are not well mentally and physically. So what sports does is enhancing the well-being mentally and physically. And when you have enhanced well-being mentally and physically, then you can be innovative enough. And through innovation, then you become productive.
Abigail Kashweka, ZANIS, in Chipata District.
From Eastern Province, we move to Southern Province, where Choma District Administrative Officer Hope Chiposo has called for more community participation in governance matters in order to help the government implement projects that respond to their developmental needs. Ms. Chiposo said this when she handed over 11 bicycles donated by the Civil Society for Poverty Reduction and Diaconia to Siankope community for monitoring of public projects being implemented in the area. Details in the following report.
Community participation in governance is vital in fostering national development. It is for this reason that the Civil Society for Poverty Reduction, working in collaboration with Dakotia, a non-governmental organization, is implementing a project dubbed Women and Youth Participation in Social Accountability in Singani Rural Community in Choma District. The project aims to promote citizen participation in decision-making at community level. To effectively implement the project, the two organizations have provided bicycles to community volunteers to ease their mobility and reach out to the targeted community members.
So from the time that we started implementing the activating women and youth programming in Singani, we've seen a number of transformative issues that have come from this site. We've also seen the communities being able to check on the service providers that are being provided here in terms of the health sector, in terms of the education sector. So they have been able to check in terms of what quality of services have been provided.
It has been the wish of the traditional leadership to have more community members participate in their local development.
Monitoring yesu turayikiriza yagabo tugabo isima project ngo tukaranga omunzo muno urima clinic kuri zigolo urima agriculture urima vet twene tubereke gabo tugabo tubone munumende mburi mbitiani ndi parusu mpugwa ninga base abo bantu berede
tuhibo ndubakatupagare ampuru wakatutania rupangwa amba uti gatwaje konzi kuyowa ikunjira mumopesi ari buti humbwana ari buti.
Meanwhile, Choma District Administration Officer Hope Chiposo has reiterated government's commitment to increasing citizen participation in decision-making at local level.
The community gets to understand that it's their responsibility actually to take care of what they have, to look at the projects. They are the beneficiaries and they are the ones to ensure that the right thing is actually being done. Because this is giving them the freedom even to enter the offices that they've never been. So this is very exciting, this is very, very good. We want to promote governance, everybody to get involved in governance of this country.
Okmero Stali, ZANIS, in Choma District, Southern Province.
In Mchinga Province, government is set to start the installation of wide area networks in 7 sites in the province under the electronic government plan. The installation will provide internet connectivity to offices under all local authorities and the district administration for improved service delivery. Here is a report.
Government has embarked on the implementation of the electronic government plan with 7 selected sites in Muchinga province to start off as pilots to the installation of area network. The connectivity will enhance the management and promotion of electronic government services and improve service delivery. Muchinga Province Deputy Permanent Secretary Reverend Matthews Chilekwa represented Muchinga Permanent Secretary Henry Mkungule at a meeting to introduce the vendor held at Northern Rock Hotel in Impika.
And for sure, we are thanking the President for walking the talk. This is not just a mere talk, but it is followed by action. Every local authority is ready to receive our vendor, who shall work hand in hand with the local ICT officers to implement the program.
Smart Zambia Assistant Director Victor Msango says the selected sites will be connected to the wide network, which is a centrally managed connection.
What the government is doing in this instance is installing local area networks, which is connectivity within the offices of the local authorities and the district commissioners' offices or district administration offices. It further helps in reducing costs. With the coming of the wide area network, they will have a centrally procured internet access.
We are facing a lot of challenges. Information dissemination is concerned. Sometimes it may take no time for us to receive information, but with this new development, I think it will be easier.
A connected Zambia is a smart Zambia. Venture communication has therefore been introduced as the vendor. Peggy Coutinho for ZANIS in Impika, Muchinga Province.
In Northern Province, Senga Hill District Administrative Officer Tami Mambwe is happy that Kavumbo Health Facility is now connected to the national electricity grid. Mr. Mambwe says the move will not only enhance service delivery in the district, but also motivate public workers. Namusokwe Wembia brings us this report.
Kavumbo Rural Health Center in Senga Hill District is among the institutions that has been connected to electricity under the RIA program. And Kavumbo Village Headman Simon Simfukwe notes that the move has contributed to improved service delivery at the institution.
Waimanya amalaiti ayantwasuma sana omuwomvi akalonda lino tenzi apanchende apanganda yakwe akumanizia ivikakabila malaita makwata stovu fridge mwalolekeshangana mayo muzi anchitoya na mayo kwenea iviza afuile wakumanizia.
The initiative has also cheered government workers and the community members.
Chobuteko bwesu waituletera malaiti kuno Kavumbo na tukwata fridge na tukwata na TV tuleta tukwata na DSTV na tukwata na chilimba ifyo filelete ensansa kuli fwe babonfi pano pa Kavumbo pamulando wako ebati ukupitira muri aye na malaiti fyonse fyo abanenso bale chita enjoy mu town na ifwe bene tulechita ko enjoy.
Usuma ono tukwetu kumalaiti tukweti kwa fridge mu manganda tukumwa manza azuke. Usuma ono tukweti masaluni tukuzifyu kumitwe.
And the district administration is equally happy.
The houses which are at this health facility are also connected to the national grid. So this makes our workers, especially those who are deployed recently by the government, to be comfortable living in the rural areas. You know, not everyone can be in town. We are really very happy and very grateful to the New Dawn government because our people here are able to appreciate, are even able to do some types of works which are related with power, for instance, welding.
Indeed, access to reliable electricity is crucial to the delivery of quality healthcare services to people in rural communities. For ZANIS in Senga Hill District, Namsokwe Bwimbia.
We take you to the Northwestern Province, where Provincial Permanent Secretary Grandson Katambi says government attaches great importance to education as evidenced by the introduction of Constituency Development Fund CDF Skills Bursary. The Permanent Secretary said this in a speech delivered on his behalf by Solwezi Acting District Commissioner Anthony Fulwe during the graduation ceremony for the 42 students who were trained at Nitro Earth Movers Center under the bursary. Details in this report by Mary Ndlovu.
42 students, sponsored under Constituents Development Fund CDF Skills Bursary, have graduated from Nitro Earth Movers Center after undergoing 6 weeks of training in heavy equipment operation in Solwezi district. Government is happy that CDF resources are bearing fruits.
Infrastructure is being developed, roads are being maintained, and also we are producing graduates from trade schools and skills schools. To graduates, I want to say that, as someone said, when you graduate, you don't have to sleep waiting for a job, because this is a tendency for most of us Zambians and Africans.
Frank Piri is the principal at Nitro Earth Movers Training Center.
To the government of the Republic of Zambia, I would like to thank you for this initiative of increasing the Constituents Development Fund, which has brought a lot of youths into having knowledge and their lives being uplifted.
Given Kembe gave a vote of thanks on behalf of our fellow graduates.
We want to express our gratitude to the government of the day for the support they've rendered to us through the community development funds. We are able to stand here during this special day because of your support. Allow me also to encourage my fellow ladies out there to join the earth moving industry and not to look down on themselves.
The initiative to increase CDF has continued to create positive impact on communities countrywide, as it can be seen by these graduates. For ZANIS, in Solwezi District, Northwestern Province, I am Mary Ndlovu.
In Lusaka Province, Luangwa District Commissioner Luke Chikani and a team from Luangwa Constituency Development Fund Committee have inspected works for the developmental projects being implemented in the district. The projects worth over 4 million kwacha are being implemented using the 2022 and 2023 CDF allocations. More in the following report.
Luangwa District Commissioner Luke Chikani is happy with the progress on CDF projects in the district. Speaking during a CDF monitoring tour, Mr. Chikani said the projects embarked on in the district will have a positive impact on the local people and uplift the face of the district.
CDF people, it's changing the lives of people in Luangwa. Things are changing. Most of the projects are almost in completion. The ones for 2022, almost all of them are at 90–95%.
The District Council Director of Works, Mudenda Mainda, said the projects are expected to be completed by the end of 2023.
And we are hoping that by the end of 2023, we are going to hand over most of the projects that are running from as far as 2022.
The District Education Board Secretary, Father Benjamin Chisulo, and members of the community are happy with the development.
Thank you to the new government for bringing free education. But they have not just brought free education, they are also constructing using CDF. And CDF has come in as a game changer. That's why we see enrollment increasing, but also we have enough classrooms where learners can learn from.
Community hall, my youth here, nice was my
Some of the CDF projects inspected by the committee included a 1x2 classroom block at Mankokwe Primary School, a 1x3 classroom block at Kaunga Secondary School, a maternity wing at Kaunga Health Post, newly built staff houses at Mandombe and Kansinsa Primary Schools, among others. Lista Ndumba, ZANIS, Luangwa District.
We end the news on that item, but before we go, let's take a look at the stories that made headline. President Hakainde Hichilema launches construction of Chief Chimese's palace. President Hakainde Hichilema cautions against maize smuggling. Namibian First Lady opens Africa Center for Disease Control Youth Conference. plus a government to install wide area networks in 7 sites in Mchinga province. On behalf of the entire ZANIS production team, I'm Alice Banda saying goodbye and God bless you.